Are you confused in your recovery from CPTSD? Or maybe you don't have the condition. Maybe you're just curious about how to improve your life. Well, I found myself drawn to several religious and deeply mystical works because I had questions that were not answered through the usual channels. So I went off the beaten path. I'm going to paraphrase some of that original work of Gurdjieff and Ouspensky. They're off-putting to most people, challenging and twisted reads. I'm Mark Roach, here to offer you a different perspective in what you can get out of your life. So here's a modern and, I like to think, sophisticated rewrite of In Search of the Miraculous, Chapter 13. The summer of 1916 was a whirlwind of intense energy and focus for our group. We were on a mission, feeling the ticking clock as we tackled the monumental task we'd set for ourselves. It was a time of urgency, a race against the fleeting opportunity to gain deeper knowledge. We pushed ourselves to the limit, seizing every moment while the conditions were ripe. I embarked on a series of bold experiments, drawing from past experiences. I engaged in short, intense fasts, not for health, but to jolt my system into a new state. Alongside fasting, I practiced a specific breathing technique and engaged in mental exercises that sharpened my focus and self-awareness. These efforts, combined with our vibrant discussions and meetings, kept me in a heightened state of readiness for the extraordinary experiences that awaited me in August. Gurdjieff, true to his word, revealed profound truths that went beyond mere facts. He emphasized that understanding required preparation and an emotional state we often overlooked. This emotional readiness was crucial. Without it, facts remained inaccessible. Describing these experiences is challenging because they were deeply personal and transformative. I found myself in a position I once criticized, unable to articulate the miraculous discoveries I'd made. The experiences transcended what we typically considered possible, leaving me with newfound knowledge and insights. Physically and emotionally charged from my experiments, I arrived at E&M's country house in Finland, where Gurdjieff and others had gathered. Our conversations delved into life's narratives, with Gurdjieff challenging us to confront our fears and mental laziness. His provocations pushed us to confront uncomfortable truths about myself. One evening, Gurdjieff, Dr. S, Z, and I gathered in a small room where Gurdjieff demonstrated postures and movements that seemed simple but required a unique approach. Muscles relaxed, mind engaged. This session marked the beginning of an incredible journey where I began to perceive Gurdjieff's thoughts directly, responding aloud as if in conversation. This telepathic-like exchange with Gurdjieff was both exhilarating and unsettling. He posed questions that stirred deep emotions within me, prompting realizations about my commitment to our work. And despite my eagerness to act immediately on his demands, Gurdjieff insisted on giving me time, a month, to process and decide. The night unfolded, and with more revelations as I wandered through the forest, grappling with profound thoughts and emotions, a breakthrough came when I realized the illusions I'd held about myself and discovered something genuine within, an insight Gurdjieff might dismiss, but was undeniable to me. Returning to the house later that night, I experienced another strange encounter with Gurdjieff's voice resonating within me. A conversation without words, yet profoundly impactful. This interaction left me questioning its reality, yet it felt undeniably authentic. The following weeks were surreal as I navigated his heightened state of awareness, seeing sleeping people around me, a metaphorical awakening to deeper truths about human consciousness. These experiences reshaped my perception on life and underscored the futility of violence. As a means to achieve meaningful change. When Gurdjieff returned in September, our discussion shifted toward identifying our chief features, or core flaws, insights as to how others perceive us, and how we can transform these traits into strengths. In Moscow later that year, Gurdjieff challenged my understanding of sacrifice, not as giving up tangible things, but relinquishing illusions we cling to most fiercely, including our suffering. This period was transformative, teaching me that higher order phenomenon require a unique emotional state for observation, something beyond ordinary scientific methods. It reinforced the idea that true understanding comes from within and through shared insights with others. Through these experiences, I learned that growth often involves navigating complex emotions and perceptions while embracing change as an ongoing journey rather than as a destination. So this work of Ouspensky and Gurdjieff was instrumental to me in developing and rekindling my faith, my discovering of my real beliefs, and restoring confidence in my fellow man in the universe, God. It helped me appreciate the twist that was handed me in my childhood trauma and the interesting life that followed. I'm Mark Roach. All the best.